alright. Oh, it's still pretty hot. We got the AC going. What's going on, chat? Appreciate everyone tuning in. I had to go run some errands and drop off some flies. So I had to drive out east. But we're good to go. What's going on? I hope everyone's doing well. Invasion, hold on. Invasion America hype. Dude. I was pretty excited during Mordian's stream last night, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Tiki, what's going on? Is this where the cool kids hang out? Hell yeah. Thank you for the gift membership, my friend, on YouTube. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for the continued support. It means a lot, dude. It really does. Down the hall. Yo, Rev, what's going on? You waiting by the door for the Ghost Warriors. Nice. Also, Big Bob, Zilla, how you doing, man? And KX, how's it going? Time for chai. You know what? I spoiled myself. It's been a while, but I went and dropped off some flies, so I got a little claw action going on. Traffic was terrible out east. So I went out there for 5 minutes, and it took me like an hour. Then I went to the hardware store. I got a bunch of spray paint, so I can spray paint. We have, I'll show you guys, actually. We got the Whirling Dervishes and the Djinns. And then we have the Brits. So, making flies? No. We tie on Friday nights. So I'm actually filming a video this afternoon and editing it. So we're going to have a new fly tying video on LI Flies, Mike, our YouTube. But I stream fly tying on Friday nights. We might stream more. We might do one day during the week with fly tying, but at the moment it's just Friday nights. Trying out Oniaru print. Yeah, Rev already has an Oniaru. Using that damn AI thing. That Warlord's going to be pissed when we use that, dude. We're already on their shit list. That thing is like an exact one-to-one copy. So what I want to do is I want the... I guess let's just get into it. I want the Kaishu Niku... I'll give you $10. I want you to get the Kaishu Niku one. Hold on, I might show titties and ass and stuff. This is what we're going to be doing today, by the way. We're putting the last of the Mark 1s together. We'll just do Japanese Walker. I just got to make sure there's no ass and titties on the screen. Filter, tabletop. Oh, I didn't spell Japanese right, did I? Japanese. There we go. I want this one right here. Oh, shit. Right below this one, there's some tits hanging out. Okay? This is what I want. I'll give you $10. Print the walking legs. Print the arms. I'm going to have to do something here. I'll probably cut this. I was going to resin print it, but I can't cut it. You know what I mean? The resin will just shatter. So if you can print it for me, and if you print the body and the shoulders and stuff, and maybe the guns as well. Just, I don't need the guy that's up on top with the turret. Where is it? I don't need this. I need pretty much everything else. And what I want to do is, I think I'm going to like cut this. I'm going to like cut this section off. Green stuff it. Or green stuff. Sculpt it. And then try and make a head. Try and make a head with the cool samurai armor. Let me see if I have the photo. I just did it the other day. Give me a sec. Here we go. So I think it's like pretty similar. If I mess with the arms, then I'll be able to probably... And if I take the guns from the chest, I could probably make... I could cut the arm, make a little thing, give him a sword, and then the chest piece here, I'll like cut this, because I want to try and do like a real kit bash sort of thing. Or I guess maybe I could flip it upside down. I could do something with this, and then just make a head for the top. Which it honestly looks like you can maybe use the cap of the turret or something. I'm going to have to figure it out. But this isn't coming till late November pre-order, and it won't be out till next year, so. But this is what I think I'm going to go with. You could use an app. Okay. They made you do it. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Kaishu Niku Type 98 Kurogane medium walker, and I'm going to try and kit bash it to make it look like this somehow. It'll be cool. I'll probably maybe, like, if I could do an extra shoulder pad for the cod piece. I need, like, a sword, and I could do something for the head where I'm sure I can make this out of, like, plasticard or something, right? Or something. I could definitely do something. So, I definitely plan on doing a Japanese army. In case you missed it, Mordian talked about it. We just put out a new video, by the way. Why is this not focused? We just put out a new video going over the community article. And I want to do Blood Angels themed color Japanese melee army. Shadow Warriors. I want almost all Shadow Warriors. Maybe some regular infantry. I want 2 of the Japanese walkers, and then maybe some assault frame infantry. Almost all melee, and just play them like Blood Angels. And they'll be red, black, with some like gold or like silver type of, accessories and stuff. I think it's going to look sick. I think if you paint this dude right here with like mostly red and then black in certain areas or something, like for the cloth, and just paint them like a Blood Angels, they're going to look really nice. Because I saw Mordian did the red and white, and that does look cool. But then I was thinking, I'm like, dude, if I do a melee Japanese army, I'll just paint them like Blood Angels. And they're going to look badass. Because I really like the Blood Angels color scheme. It's one of my favorite color schemes in general. So that's the idea. I want to do a melee-focused Shadow Warrior army with the mechs that can teleport with swords and stuff. And teleporting into combat with the Shadow Warriors, and just yell, just change for Sanguinius to for the Emperor. It's pretty much the same thing, you know what I mean? So I think this one will be good. I think it'll be alright. Yeah, dude, Mordian's video was hype yesterday. Yeah, Samurai Space Marines, there you go. Samurai Space Ninjas. Because they go through Shinobi space. They actually technically go through the rift, which is like Conflict's warp, if you will. But I think it's going to be sick. I'm super excited. Now, the one thing is, okay, hopefully we get another sponsorship. If we get another sponsorship, that'll get us the Japanese box with the 25 ghost dudes and the character. Hopefully people went and used my code at Tabletop Strategist and whatnot, or hopefully they're happy with the video, because the video did pretty good. But the reason why we have a British Army right now is because of the Tabletop Strategist. They sponsored us, and it pretty much allowed me to get most of the stuff here at a reasonable price to where I was actually able to afford it. So we have 8 British armor dudes. We have the platoon box that comes with 10 Mark 1s, 2 Mark 2s, an automated director, and I already bought B for Birdie a while back. So, I mean, I have 2 units of Cerebus squads coming on the way, which are dog handlers. Let's just take a look real quick. I'll just show you guys what they look like. That should be coming Friday, by the way, Rev. All those sprues. Do you want it soon, or should I finish the printing? No. Don't worry about the Japanese stuff. This is going to be like a month or 2 from now. I'll get a Japanese army. It's going to be a little while. It's going to be a little while. So I picked up 2 units of Cerebus squads because I needed to get over 80 from Warlord. I don't think they had them at Tabletop Strategist, but we ended up buying all those sprues that were $1.50, like the post-apocalyptic one. We got so many of those. So Rev uses monkeys, and I actually have them right here. Might as well take a look because I was using the British dudes for the conflict solo roleplay. This is Rev's British army right here, and a Merlin. They're mostly 3D printed bots, but he does have a handler, which is a bolt action miniature with a monkey, and then he has a bunch of monkeys he's using as his service. And everybody loves them, by the way. The monkeys are sick. I did want to go with the regular Cerebus, though, because these are so cool. They're pretty badass in general. They're like English terriers. Bull terriers. And they look really cool. So I got 2 teams of these. So 2 Cerebus squads, the full automated platoon box, the B for Birdie, and the extra 8 guys, which I got all this from Tabletop Strategist. What do you call it? That's a full Commonwealth army, plus 2 Guardians. So, yeah, getting ravaged by rift monkeys, exactly. What's going on, Glenn? Did you, first off, I'm sure most of you guys were probably there, but what do you guys think about the Invasion America stuff that Mordian released? I'm super hyped. That got me so excited. But yeah, so now we have 2 Guardians, which are, I forgot the name. What's the name of those things, Rev? Because people were asking about that. What's the name of the walkers that are the Guardians slash Jackals? Kaishuniko got me. What am I supposed to do with this RAR file? You got to convert it, I think, actually. If you send it to me, I can convert it or something. I think you have to use a RAR converter, right? RAR converter to zip. I forgot if I use WinRAR or whatever. Or if Windows has a way to doing it. But I had to do it because Kaishuniku had the Totem Core proxy files. Remember? And that's the whole reason I didn't print them, and then I did. But I can do it for you. If you send it to me, I can do it for you. I think I use WinRAR usually. What do you guys do for RAR files converting? I forgot what I did last time. But yeah, WinRAR will extract it. Yeah. If you want to try WinRAR, but you might need to download it, so I can always do it for you if you don't want it or whatever. Because I think I have WinRAR on the computer. Let me check. I don't have it, but I can always download it. It's great to see the hype and people going ape with pure K47 love and degenerate behavior. Dude, it was so funny. Like, he was like, all right, we got 45 minutes. We can do the leaked orc codex, which it's so funny because I was sitting in chat and it's like the dichotomy between Warhammer and conflict. And first off, I was dying the entire time watching that stream and watching everybody rage out in chat. It was so funny. Everyone was memeing too, but it was so good. The chat was rioting, right? It was so good. That was so funny to see. But I was just thinking the whole time, I'm like, it's like leaks at this point for GW are a regular, it's like part of their regular hype for Warhammer releases. They leak every single thing beforehand. And you know, they're like, at this point, they're like, you know what, let them leak it because it's going to help our sales even more probably or something. But yeah, I was dying, dude. The chat was going so fast and everyone was talking so much shit. And somehow, I said it too, like, he was a professional. I would have cracked multiple times. I would have just started dying laughing. You know what I mean? I get it, the YouTube hustle. I made the most recent video that we put out last night after we read that article. I was like, dude, I gotta make a video real quick. I sat down and banged it out, but it was so funny. He's like, we got 45 minutes. I have the leaked orc codex. Yeah, he looked like he was under duress. He genuinely was under duress. Yeah, 7-zip. Do I have 7-zip? That might have been the one I used. I probably uninstalled it either way, but I can use either of them. He genuinely looked under duress while he was reading the orc codex. It was so funny. Because he was trying not to pay attention to chat. It was so good. Oh, man. Oh, God. That was so funny last night. I was dying laughing. I don't watch a ton of Mordian streams because I'm usually busy working, but I'll put it up in the background. But I was, like, paying attention the whole time. They were watching on my phone in the backyard. And it was so fucking funny. And Mad Larkin, he's like, boss, they're getting out of hand. I can't hold them back any longer. Cosmic's like, we want blood. I will flay you in the halls of Valhalla. It's like, yo, Cosmic, chill out, bro. I don't even think Cosmic has a Japanese army. That's what happens when you drink too much beer and eat too much cheese with the otters. Going ferile. It's too big. I'll need to download Sunday. Okay. So you can there's something called WinRAR or 7-Zip, and it's just like a free little program that is used to convert. You can use to convert files, but if you don't feel like learning a new technology, then I can handle it for you. Wait, is this not a? It's not an HMG? Oh, it's an HMG without the hands for the guy holding it on his shoulder. No. Alright, let's cut all the guns out. Let's get some tunes going as well. Yeah, well, Sunday we're gonna record the Japanese versus the Soviets. I want to do like a clash on the Soviet Japanese borders, leading up to pre-invasion America. And you're gonna have the book, so I need that book. So you got to read that book Saturday, because then it's just going to stay here forever. You're never going to see it again. I still need to read that damn Festoon Europa book. So I'm working on Turnip 28. I think I got Turn 1 done. And luckily, I really botched. Somebody called me out on it, and it's true. I got to stop zooming in so damn much on my videos. It's a curse. So I'm going to stop doing that. But I did a really shit job of filming my own army for Turnip. Luckily, Revs came out okay. I thought I was going to have to go pick us up and refilm the intro. But, so I got to refilm my army, like, list, whatever, for Turnip. That being said, though, I think we're going to mix things up. Like, I usually film it while it's on the table. I really want to, even though it sucks because I want to buy Japanese models, what I really should get is like a little, they have the little electronic, like, spinning plate, you know, almost like a Lazy Susan, but motorized. And we'll put the units on there and build a little backdrop, kind of like a makeshift light box, or buy a light box, and then film the armies in that way, so we can kind of get some really cool cinematic shots, and then use that for the overview of the armies, as opposed to me having to stand by the table, zoom in, film it, it's all shaky, at this, that. I think that'll be just a huge improvement to the battle reports in general, so I think it's something I should just invest in anyway, but it's like 20 bucks for a little spinny thing. That's not the issue. It's whether or not I buy a really nice light box. That'll make a big difference. How did you get on with the Mark IIs, bud? Gosh, I struggled. The Mark IIs weren't that bad. You know what? I will say this. No, I'm wrong. This guy was the easiest, the director, right? Because he had slotted legs and stuff. I think these guys might have had slotted legs as well, but I feel like in general, these guys were a little easier for me. You're gonna see it. I struggle with the torso and the legs. Like, they keep moving around, and the arms, like, they're so thin and fiddly, and they're all like little ball joints, that I was having a really hard time, like, just getting this to stand and be not in a weird looking position. So the Mark IIs were oddly a little easier for me, but I did struggle a little bit last stream. I don't remember what it was. Maybe the same thing with the legs and the hips, and trying not to get the legs, like, in a weird angle like this, you know? Something like that. Yo, thank you for the trophy. Thank you for the goat trophy. Appreciate it, buddy boy. Was that you that was talking about the Slammer Samuels miniature in the last video? Last night or whatever? Yeah, the arms and the pipes. Yeah, I was definitely... Like, this is one thing. Is this normal? I feel like this is the way it's supposed to be, but the first one I glued, the ammo box is, like, sticking up in the air. And I kind of had a hard time. Like, this one doesn't really feel like it's... I don't know, you can kind of see where the joint is. I don't know. I definitely struggled with them, no matter what. They weren't the easiest things to put together, I will say that. Oh, we gotta do all the mold lines, too. I mean, they do give you a little flexibility, though, with the ball joint, so you can move things around, but I don't know, I struggled a little bit, for sure. Yeah, the Slammer Samuels, I'm excited for it. It's coming in the mail with revs. I'm pretty certain I'm gonna get it from them. If not, I'll buy another one. But, I'll give them money for it, or, but... What's it called? I'm kind of disappointed if we don't get another version of Slammer Samuels. Like, we have 2 Roberto Wells. They clearly did a, you know, updated version, one with a jetpack. There's actually 3 Roberto Wells miniatures, if I'm not wrong, because there was a Warlord Day one that I have. But, Slammer Samuels, I mean, apparently he's going up to damage value 7, which is sick. That is very good. But, he is kind of shit. I hate to say it, pardon my French, but... Unless you're going into specifically a tank, then he's not that good. Because walkers will get auto hits, so he will lose his point of luck in the first interaction of combat, and then you have to kill it with your Tesla gauntlet on like the first or second round of combat, because otherwise you don't get the bonus after that. And he will just die from an arm attack on a Japanese walker, for instance. I had a lot of luck with Mark 1s and got some great positions. I struggled, dude. Somebody pointed out you can cut the legs and like make them kneeling and stuff. There was some pretty cool stuff. I don't think I'm going to get that creative, though, because I already struggled with just doing them in general. But, yeah, Slammer needs, like, another unit sheet. Like, there needs to be, like, an early war Slammers and then, like, a late war Slammer or whatever. I don't know. You know, like a Firefly version of Roberto Wells or whatever. There needs to be, like, an actual badass version of him that can do work. But the damage value is sick. I mean, I still use him because he's really cool. But, I'm not, like, always chomping at the bit to take him. Especially because I can't have, like, Paragons as bodyguards. That makes him just, you know, much easier to die in general. So what the... By the way, what the fuck is this? Did I use 39 already, or... This one's like 33 twice. So I'm just gonna have to use a different one. I think it's just a misprint. Maybe this? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll get another. I mean, I shouldn't complain. Roberto Wells, we have 2 versions of Roberto Wells, and she is very good. And we're going to be getting a Paragon hero, so. But Slammer Samuels is supposed to be, like, the most badass guy in the U.S. military, so it's always kind of, like, disappointing when it's, like, performs like a wet rag. You know what I mean? Alright, this guy's going to be the platoon commander. But it doesn't really matter. Or not platoon commander, but squad leader. I believe there is an NCO for the bots, right? If I'm not wrong. And then what else do we need? We need arms. Okay. Yeah, so I have the 2 Cerebus squads to put together, and that's it. That's our entire British Army. I have the 2 Guardian proxies downstairs that are 3D print walkers that actually really look very similar. I need to find what the name of those are, Rev. Because what I should do is I should do a video covering like really good, not complete rip-off proxies, but like really good high-quality proxies that are still legal, like Kaishiniku and stuff. I should make a video on STLs that you can get for conflict. And luckily, I don't think Warlord's going to send the Pinkertons after me, like Wizards of the Coast or something. Oh, dude, I got like... By the way, I got like 10,000 coins, 3,000 gems, a draft token. I still have yet to do a Hobbit draft. I really want to. I think I'm going to use some coins, but... I've been meaning to do a Hobbit draft at some point. Do 5 and 6. The mold lines on the K. What's that? These mold lines honestly aren't that bad. I feel like maybe the director had a little bit of mold lines we had to deal with, but even then, it's not that bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty impatient when it comes to building miniatures. I generally like painting them more. So let's try and speed through this, because I know some people love building miniatures, and these are way easier to build than a ton of GW stuff that I've built in the past. But I will say, it does get tedious at times building like an entire brand new box, for instance, right? The mold lines are a pain on the Mark 1s. The mold lines are a pain. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, luckily they're not that tall, right? They're not like super tall, but there is like some unfortunate angles that you need to work with, like going over these little bumps and things. I'm more so worried about getting what's super obvious and then cleaning up where the connection points were. But every time I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just like speed through it. I'm like, no, I'll take my time, because I really hate seeing mold lines. Again, these aren't that bad. You'll never see it unless you're like actually painting these miniatures up close, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. Yeah, the rivets. True. I did hear someone say like, damn, whoever put them by the rivets. Yeah, where is it, right? Is it on these ones? No, it was the legs. In between the rivets. Yep. Yeah, like Mordian said, you just have extra rivets. It's fine. You're either missing a rivet or you have extra rivets. That robot was built on a Friday when they were drinking in the warehouse. You know what I mean? Like he has to be surging just to get deadly too? Exactly. You might as well just use your Tesla assault Tesla profile and get 3 attacks at +1 pen, but then he's like, doesn't really do much, right? So with the Tesla, a lot of times too, I roll a 2 or a 1 too. But if you roll a 5, let's say, you get 5 pen, you still need to be surging, otherwise you're just getting 1 attack at +5 pen, which isn't going to even damage a lot of things at times, you know? If you're dealing with, like, bigger stuff. He's decent against, like, tanks. Specifically tanks. But not walkers. No, it's all good, Glenn. No worries. Yeah, he needs, like... That's what I mean. The new ones, too. He's jumping midair with his Tesla gauntlet. Like, he needs, like, a deadly something right off the bat. He needs, like, a cool surging bonus. His Tesla gauntlet needs to work not just for vehicles, but everything in general, so he can, like... And maybe he can roll to get extra attacks or something. Like, he's going, like, Blood Angels captain mode, you know? Where he gets, like, fucking, like, 6 attacks once per game or something, and he gets the, like... Aah! Every time I use him now, it's like, womp, womp, womp. And I'm like, he sucks! You can ask Rev. I'm always screaming about it. Because in my head, he looks so cool. And I know the lore, and he's like the first Paragon dude, right? And this and that. And then I play him, and he just dies. I mean, he gets run over by a walker, and he hasn't even gone. I'm like, this sucks! This is like Luck's instantly gone. No worries, dude. I saw you in Mordian stream flipping out when he was talking about orcs. You're flying to Bulgaria? Nice, dude. Good luck. Have fun, dude. Enjoy the trip. At least with Mark 1 mold lines, it could work as a weld. That's what I was thinking. It's in some areas, I was like, you know what? I might not even do it, because it kind of looks like the seam of a welder, which they would probably be using stick welding, arc welding for these guys. I don't know if they had TIG welding or MIG welding figured out by then, so. Usually with arc welding, like, or stick welding like that, it leaves a pretty heavy bead too, depending on the size. It's not like TIG where you can get a super clean dime, you know, stacked dime finish or something. So it's pretty reasonable. Even if they grinded it down, there would be still like a visible line of the weld. So that's when somebody's like, oh, you didn't even clean your mold lines? You go, actually, do you understand the manufacturing process in the Commonwealth? They hadn't figured out how to use argon mixed with CO2 yet for TIG welding, sir. And those gases had to be used in other fields of war production. And the guy just walks away from the table. I saw you called him a baldy. I didn't understand the baldy reference. He's got a fuller head of hair than me. Is that why you did it? Because you didn't want actually to be like a real insult? So you don't get timed out or something? I also saw everyone in the chat was like, time out this guy. That's hilarious. The legend of Klovek spans all channels. Nah, dude, have fun. Stay cool, too. I'm sure it's probably hot, but it's Bulgaria. It sounds sick. Do they have bulgur there? Some nice rice? I don't know a ton about Bulgaria. I actually kind of wish I knew. Is it near Hungary? In that area or something? Need to do a little Bulgarian research. Pull out one of my history channels on YouTube that's not AI. Oh yeah, so by the way, they're like because of AI, luckily we're good because I have enough viewership and whatnot that I'm okay, but they're like changing monetization for new YouTube channels because of AI and because of all the slop channels. So they made it to where now you need 8,000 watch hours in 3 months or something, or like 10 million shorts views or something. But it's pretty much to combat all the AI channels, but now it kind of just incentivizes people to use AI to make even more videos. So luckily we're good. We're, you know, even though, but it will affect like small channels that probably make like, you know, wargaming stuff and whatnot. What the hell are you talking about? You're calling him an Aryan or something? Making an orc baldy, then Cosmic made him an Aryan. You guys were going off last night. I was laughing so hard. Like, you know, I love how Cosmic's a mod, but he just acts like a disgruntled chatter 95% of the time. Yeah. You guys were going wild. A little too wild at times, but, you know. The conflict type was clearly off the freaking Chizarts, as Snoop Dogg would say or something. I'm surprised there wasn't more people in there, though. I remember, wasn't there like 1,000 people for like the Invasion America book read or something? This was arguably more... This was like cooler stuff. But maybe people didn't want spoilers or something. And it was, I don't know, maybe the day or something. But the 300 people that were in there were foaming at the mouth for conflict. I will say, yes. You guys share the same brain cell? You got the otter disease. It's actually contagious. You got river otter fever. I mean, they're wild animals. Cosmic can't be feeding otters cheese out of his mouth and beer. You know what I mean? You're gonna catch the river otter fever. You know? It's contagious. I want a little mini... I told Cosmic he needs an army of otters for conflict or something. He needs to 3D print a bunch of little, like, otter dudes. Also, what the hell, Tiki? We were gonna 3D print a bunch of shit for you, and then you went shark tooth hunting. We can print something for you any day. I bought a freaking $300 3D printer. You let me know. I was gonna give Rev $80 and have him use my code on Tabletop Strategist to pre-order the Japanese for me, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I bought a 3D printer. That's right. Maybe look, I should chill out. I got bills to pay. I will say though, the new Elegoo, my god. I was starting to really think about getting rid of my resin printer because I had to set it up, I had to wear all these gloves, do like 30 things every time I wanted to print. And now it just auto levels, auto does everything. Oh my god, it's so good. It kind of saved resin printing for me. It's still a pain in the ass because the fumes and the VOC, you got to worry about, you know, using an exhaust fan and all this chemical safety stuff. I know some people just touch that stuff with their bare hands, but I treat it like it's radioactive, you know. If I open the 3D printer without my respirator on, dude, it's like hits ya, you know. I wanted to go to Croatia and Serbia and stuff, but stuff happened. You going to Bulgaria for a week? Nice, dude. I bet you there's some good fly fishing in Bulgaria. I bet you there's like trout rivers and shit. I have a feeling. I feel like I've heard about Bulgarian trout, but maybe I'm wrong. I never knew for years. There's even trout in Turkey. There's all the areas of Turkey I've never been to before, because there's always tanks and shit, but in the mountains and like highlands of Turkey there are trout species. I had no idea. There's apparently a ton of trout species around the world, but as the planet's been warming, we've gone through all these different climate changes and, you know, habitat loss. There's been a bunch that have been wiped out. And I'm saying all this because I'm a saltwater fly fisherman. I tie flies for a living. That's what I do, so little fishing related comments for you guys. But you need a nice cold river for trout to live in. Bulgaria has no shops that sell conflict? I mean, we were just talking. I just found out there's a bolt action league on Long Island, but I bet you it's probably like an hour away. It's probably in like Nassau County. Like where we live, there's not even in our county, there's not even any game stores that sell bolt action, let alone conflict, let alone people play it. But apparently there are people playing it on Long Island. I think it's just Long Island's such a big place. It's like 120 miles, and we're near the end of it in the water. And a lot of people closer to the city, there's just way more stores and things. But I had no idea there's a bolt action league. I was like, oh, that sounds sick. But then when I was talking to Rev, I was driving him off, we both realized it's probably like 50 minutes, an hour away, you know, or something. Oh, you're in New Zealand, Glenn? I didn't realize. You know what? I've been trying to picture what you look like because I just see a photo of Gary Busey with a black eye, probably from like a DUI or something, and I just keep thinking about butter sausage and how Gary Busey's just a badass actor in general. I love him. He's so cool. But I didn't know you're from New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I thought about moving there back in the day when I was a mechanic. I found out you need $1 million like in your bank or cash, or like it can't be like, you know, real estate. You need like $1 million. Or you need to apply for a work visa sort of job to where they needed like mechanics, specifically diesel mechanics. So I was like going to sign up for a program to become a mechanic in New Zealand and get a like citizenship. I genuinely thought about it, but I was like, I suck at diesel mechanic stuff. And the girl I was dating at the time was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? But I would have gone, dude, in a second. Some of the best fishing and some of the best hunting. I hunt with traditional bows, and New Zealand is like a bow hunter's paradise. I haven't hunted in a while, but yeah, if I ever come to New Zealand, I'll make sure to stop by. We got a couple folks in New Zealand, so one day. I'm really lucky there's a, oh, you never would have thought to put trout and turkey in the same thought? Well, Turkey, most of the time, half of the country's like a freaking desert, but part of the country is also like thick woodlands and all sorts of cool stuff. Meadowlands and stuff. But I read a book years ago where there was this dude traveling across the world with this crazy French French biologist who studied trout, and it was this trout fishing guy, and they went around one latitudinal number around the entirety of the world and looked for trout, and they went through Turkey, and they also like went through like Iraq and to Iran and into China. I don't think I ever read the full book, but I read at some point and they were in Turkey. And because of that area, those areas of Turkey, you got to watch out. There's a lot of issues. They were like, had to pay like, you know, Turkish military and tanks to like let them through to go, like go into the mountains and stuff. Really interesting. But yeah, Greece, Turkey, some really beautiful places in the world, man. Right on the Mediterranean. I look worse than that photo. Okay. That is Gary Busey, though, right? That's not you? New Zealand is expensive as fuck, and diesel mechanic is highly paid there. Oh, yeah. I stopped being a mechanic, though, because I pretty much have, like, scoliosis and mitosis or whatever, so my spine curves in a couple ways. And I probably should have been in a back brace, you know, like D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in high school. So I could have ruined my life in high school. I decided not to, and now I have back pain forever. But, I was a mechanic here on Long Island for many years, and was getting paid pretty damn good, but I was hurting my back a lot, and I was also pretty miserable, so, and I wanted to tie flies for a living. So for some reason I decided to quit a well-paying job and make flies for a living, saltwater flies for striped bass and everything else, and do YouTube videos. So I've been doing fly tying videos on my channel for a while, but it was about a year and a half, or 2 years ago maybe, I started really working on LI flies mic, and then about a year ago really working on Mike Rolls dice. So I fly tie for shops, businesses, guides, customers, like, you know, people going down like Mexico for rooster fish. I do a lot of exotic flies for saltwater stuff, and also local, and I do YouTube stuff, which every little bit of ad revenue helps, so just watching the video, throwing a like on there and a comment definitely helps out. But yeah, I was hurting my back all the time, and like the last time I hurt my back, I threw my back out. I couldn't move for about 2 months. Before that, it was like a month. I think as I get older, it's starting to get obviously worse and worse. And essentially, if I do end up hurting myself, it's... Oof. I can't even probably edit a YouTube video. It's like this. I'm like... like that. I'm like an 80-year-old man. So I've done all sorts of stuff, though. I've done commercial clamming. We were doing commercial bunker fishing with some guy. The only reason I stopped because the fucking guy never paid me. So there's that. But I was doing commercial clamming, bull raking, and also, which bull raking is from the ground. No, that's the from a boat with like a really long clam rake and like a huge heavy clam or clam rake head on the end. And then I also did some clamming from wading in the water with like a chain and a thing to use a big, they call it a donkey rig. But so I did that. I've done all sorts of stuff. I worked in restaurants when I was younger and stuff, but really mostly being a mechanic most of my life, and then for the past 8 or 9 years really tying flies. So I mean, I'm lucky that I live with my parents and stuff and I don't have a mortgage or something, but I mean, it's so expensive to live on Long Island anyway. It's like, good luck, you know. You need to be making like $150,000 a year to like even think about renting a decent sized place or something, or like buying a house, or what you need to do is you need roommates or something, you know. I made Gary Busey Cadian and it came out really good. Oh man, that's great. I did say I have scoliosis, but I also have the other thing, which is halitosis, mitosis, I don't know what it's called. My spine curves left and right, and it curves front to back. But there's more to it than just that. That it just exacerbates the issue of my back. War Games Atlantic upload a video of separate sets for the Damn Legion. I wish some people would sell them so they could be bought cheaper by me. Yeah, I did see War Games Atlantic. If they had that, they put out that new box and it looked like Trader Guardsman almost or something. It sold out like instantaneously. And now I think they're starting to like revitalize. Is it Deathfields? Is it Deathfields? Because they might end up doing more of the Turks that I'm doing, honestly. If that's the case. Alright, let's keep scraping this shit. Getting sidetracked. That being said, though, I'm gonna step out and take a break here soon. For my back. I usually stand up for a little bit, hit the hookah lounge. I want to finish scraping this, though. Oh, then we gotta build these damn things. They're gonna be weeble-wobbling all over. It's funny, some people like had no issues. I was like, damn it, these things are... I'm having a hard time. And then some people had hard times with other stuff. It's funny how that works. It is a faction of Deathfield, so there's a good chance then they might end up making... I'm trying to think what the hell's the name of it. The Turkish faction. All of my Turkish miniatures for Conflict 47 are War Games Atlantic Deathfield miniatures for their Ottoman faction. I forgot the name of it though. They have a specific name for that faction. So that's a good sign. Maybe I'll get some new Ottoman sculpts from War Games Atlantic for my Turkish army. Because all of that is 3D printed. Maybe they'll actually do plastic miniatures. Buttered sausage. I will say Gary Busey's just sick. He's a cool dude. I liked him in all the movies over the years, like Predator 2 and all that. He always just did a good job. And then later on when he kind of... I think he had an accident is actually what happened. I remember I saw an interview with his son and him. I think something bad happened. Like, I think he either had an accident, had like brain damage or something. Or something happened, a stroke, one thing or another led to his condition now. And I know he did a shit ton of drugs as well, like a crazy amount of drugs if I'm not wrong, but he was also like an actor in the 80s and 90s, so I mean that's kind of, I'm sure the coke was flowing. I'm pretty certain he did drugs, right? I mean, was he just like always he had to have been on coke. There's no other. But I love Gary Busey. He's had some sick roles. Alright. Oh my god, we got the legs left with the rivets. Holy. Small tithe. Get those Mark 1s assembled, soldier. Painting them is piss easy and fun. Yo, Glenn, thank you for the 20 New Zealand... Is it called... It's not dollars, right? What's the name of New Zealand money? Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Is it dollars? What do you call your currency? I know they have the pound in England, right? Lira in Turkey. Ruples in Russia. Deutschmarks. Is it still Deutschmarks? Or no, do they just have straight up euros in Germany now? What do you call your New Zealand funny dollars? Ah, Kiwi Cash. And it's spelled with 2 Ks. I was going to do a derogatory New Zealand accent, and you probably would have got a kick out of it, but I am not good enough at it. I got to work on my New Zealand accent. I love like Viva La Dirt League. They're New Zealanders. What do you call it? I'm trying to think of, obviously, Flight of the Conchords and Marty. There's some really great New Zealand actors and stuff. The accent is... I love the accent. I also love a good Aussie accent, too. Because Aussies are pretty much like they're kind of like a Southern American cousin, I feel like. Like you could go drink beer with the Australians, probably New Zealanders are the same, but you could go like drive a muscle truck and drink beer with Australians and then go blow something up and it'd be like, woo, be hanging out with like your cousin down in South Carolina. You know what I mean? Not only that, you guys get right-hand drive cars, which I'm jealous. Show me a New Zealand accent. I gotta... Oh, dude, I don't even want to. I'm just trying to think, oh my god. It's definitely... Now I can't do it. It has to be... Now it's just too much pressure. It's much more subdued than Australian. Australian's like, oh... No. I gotta be careful because the most Australian thing you could say is not allowed. You're not allowed to say on Twitch. But, what do you call it? All right, I'm gonna have to practice in front of the mirror. All right, next stream Saturday. Oops, sorry. Saturday, I promise I will give you with full camera. I'll give you an Australian New Zealand accent, but I want 48 hours to practice it. I want 48 hours, okay? I'm gonna have to work on it. I'll do a little Australian in the meantime. Oh, all right. Oh, I can't even do it now. I can't. You're in my head, Glenn. I could picture you sitting there as Gary Busey. You are Gary Busey to me. In New Zealand. I can't do it. It's too much pressure. I'm gonna have to practice it in front of a mirror or something. Get back to me on Saturday, okay? I promise you though, I will for that Kiwi Cash. I'll give you a full 2 sentences. New Zealand accent. I'm gonna watch a bunch of Viva La Dirt League. And little Flight of the Conchord clips. I'll get it though. Yeah, well, you got to watch out at Kick. Kick does allow you to do a lot of things, but it's also, and I'm all for it, right? But there also is just people saying like the most vile racist things on there with like little to no consequences. So I'm a little worried about streaming on Kick with the audience, but I don't know. There's like no reason not to multi-stream everywhere, but I'll tell you one thing I'll never do is make a TikTok account, because I'm not gonna have the CCP sending swarm drones after me. Am I right? No, I don't have. I have too much brain cells for TikTok. Like people show TikTok clips on stream, and I genuinely feel like I'm an old man. I'm like, the editing, everything's shaky. I'm like, this is made for like a child that was raised with an iPad in their hand. I can't watch it. You know what I mean? I can't deal with that shit. It's like, yeah, oh you bloody, nah, I can't. You gotta be like, yeah, all right, oh you dickhead. No, I can't do it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I know how to do an Australian accent. I gotta be really mad. Hold on, wait. And so you'd be, oh, and hold on, wait. You fucking bloody dog, or you fucking dog, or something. Oh, I can't do it. I tell you what, it sounds way better when I'm in the shower yelling as an Australian person, saying like, God, things like that, or like, oh, you fucking dog. Oh, I can't do it now though. It sucks. I have it in my head. I just want to scream like an Australian, call people a dog. You fucking dog. That's what they do. I played with Australians before. I used to play with this Australian dude on Tarkov. I've watched a ton of Australian streams over the years because there's a dude living in Australia who is Shook One. He's like a former professional Halo 1 player. And he does freestyle raps, but he fishes. He just walks around and goes and fishing in Australia. So his whole community is Australian. I kind of got linked up with him in terms of like some of the other fishing community on Twitch. So he raided me a couple times. I had like 1,000 people watching me. They're almost all Australian. So next thing you know, I have Australians watching me, and they're like, "Oh, you fucking dog! Oh, I can't. Yeah, mate." And I'm like, they're like, "No, you don't say this. You say that. You don't say mate. That's fighting words." You gotta call him, C-U-N-T or whatever. See, I gotta be careful. It's like, everyone's such a pussy over here, but in Australia, they're like, oh, you fucking dog, what's up, cunt? I love the Australians. If you haven't heard, apparently in Australia, every other word is, oh, you fucking dog. There's that one Australian guy that fishes. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy's content on Instagram. It's some angry Australian guy, and he's fishing on a pier, and he like hooks a ray, and he's like, "Oh, you fucking dog! You took me bait!" And he's like yelling at it, screaming at it. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? That's who I picture. That's what I'm trying to channel. That's classic Australian. But they're just having a good time, dude. They're just having a good time, drinking beers, smoking dirty durries. I know about the durries. You guys call them durries over there or what? The Australians turned me on to that. What do you guys think I'm doing when I go to the hookah lounge? I be rolling up dirty durries, bro. See, I don't think they call them dirty, but that's my American slang we added on top of it. We mix a little bit of that skirt in there, you know. So now I tell everybody, oh yeah, I'll tell people like here in the United States, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go roll a durry real quick, because all of my chat was like half of them were Australians for a while. They're like, what the fuck's a durry? I'm like, shh, you don't know shit. You fucking dog. Swearing in New Zealand on Oz is part of the language, not anger and insult. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Half the time, it's the same thing here. You live on Long Island, you know. It's every other word out of my mouth is F this, this, that, you know. You son of a bitch, you know. Hell yeah. That's why I'm saying, dude. What do you call it? I would love... we were talking about it. I was going to go to Australia to see Australis fishing. I think he offered for me to come or something like that. Something happened where it was like, I'm going to go to Australia for like a month and stream fishing there. But luckily, I ended up not going because I don't have the money for that. But either way, it was in the cards at some point. I do like the Aussies. And I mean, New Zealand, you guys are just like just a little bit chiller, cooler southern cousins. So all right, for the love of God, I need to scrape the rest of these damn things. I hate scraping. I hate it. I gotta start paying some of the local, like, kids on the block. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of razor blades, unattended. Just scrape all of these bits for me. I'll be back. I'll give you guys $5. Like, I'm getting too old. My eyesight's getting too bad for this. Just let the kids handle it, you know? Just give them a bunch of really sharp razor blades. Just let them go wild. Come back half an hour. I still haven't painted my tin cans, but I did prime them. Are you talking about, is that a term for a tank or something? Are you going cosmic Drew mode and you're like, you took a bunch of tin cans and you're like, yeah, these are my Schwerfield Panzers. You jammed a couple straws in there, threw a cocked machine gun on it. Oh, you fucking dog. I'm not even doing it in an Australian accent. It's the worst part. I'm just saying you fucking dog is all I'm saying. I swear to God, I can do an Australian accent. I don't know why I can't do it right now. You can ask Rev. I've probably done an Australian accent in front of him. It's disappointing. I'm sorry. I'll have to work on it. Let you guys down. Oh my God. I'm just gonna chuck it all in a big pile too. I had them like organized. We're just gonna fucking chuck it in a pile. Yeah, exactly. Apparently I did that one already. I'm going into kind of like Cosmic Drew's otter beer cheese fever, river otter fever. I have sprue scraping fever. Where I start, this is like the mental, you need to like go over the mountain rock. You have to make it over the hill. This is like, I'm at the point where I'm like, it's too far to go back. I just got to get over it. Everything in my body's like, who cares? The mold lines aren't that bad. Just use it. And I'm like, no! Demon! Just saying you fucking dog over and over again in your accent is the funniest thing. The delivery's there, the accent isn't, but it's just like the passion. You know what I mean? And like, you can yell it at somebody, but you could say it like, it doesn't mean you like hate them or something, you know? But, dog. I don't know why. That's just if somebody put a gun to my head and was like, "Listen, you gotta tell me the most Australian thing you can ever think about," it would be something like that, along with the C word. I'm genuinely afraid. You never know. Like Google's AI overlords might be like, "He's not Australian, ban him." I'm gonna self-censor, 1984 style. I just want to curse like an Australian. Or not, it's not even really cursing. It's like schoolyard talk. Cosmic is on a different spectrum than me. I mean, tin cans as automated Mark 1s and 2s too. Yeah, you should just get, well, have you ever seen people make the army with the orcs and barrels? There should just be Russians and barrels, dude. They're like, okay, we give you, let me show you a new state-of-the-art Soviet power armor system. Come, Igor, come. And they just put like a fucking tin can, they put a garbage can over him. Dude, if I ever make a Russian army, I'm 100% making Russians in garbage cans. I swear to God, that to me is the most Soviet thing I've ever seen. They just take like garbage cans, they're like, we cut holes, and they put like they put some like leather pads in there and shit. Okay, go. The Soviet commander took all of the money and built a lake house somewhere by some of the sanatoriums or somewhere in a vacation town. Oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've thought of in a while. I'm 100% doing that. Ugh. Soviets in garbage can power armor. Oh my God. Like, you could see it. You could see the inspiration. Okay, I have to write that down. That's actually, I was planning on making a Soviet army at some point. Yeah, they just give them like buckets, like it's Rust. They have the bucket helmet. He's like, sir, we said you were getting Kevlar. No, that was lost. You see him like ferrying it into the back of his truck. He's like going down to the local flea market to sell it all. Oh my God. I'm totally doing that because I want power armor for the Russians if I ever do Soviets. That'll probably be the last army I do. I'm way more excited about the Japanese. Russian garbage can power armor. Oh my God. That is going to be fucking hilarious. Oh my God, that just made me laugh so hard. I could totally see them even just doing that in World War II. Ozzy, you gotta have sound over enthusiastic and super positive while saying a hard slur. Yeah, exactly. Dude, they're just living their lives the best. They're just living their best life, smoking a durry, dude, doing burnouts and oots. Like, honestly, every American that likes cars, drinking beer, fishing, and the outdoors wishes they were Australian, except for the... We do prefer certain things over here, but I'm not going to get into everything. But yeah, I think if you took most Americans and you just dropped them off in Australia, working class Americans, not the hoity-toity fucking assholes that drive BMWs, but if you took like a blue collar, everyday, I don't care where they from, what color they are, this, that, you dropped an everyday working man in Australia at like a fucking raceway beer drinking party or something, they would 100%, they would just get along like they're best friends. I'm sure the same goes for New Zealand, but you guys are a little bit more laid back. I mean, you live in Middle Earth, you know what I mean? You kind of have to be a little bit more chill. But like I said, I'm jealous. You guys have Japanese cars. I've driven Nissans and 240s and stuff and went drifting. That's what I'm jealous about. You have a good one. I'll see you. See you around. Enjoy time. Next time, I'll see you on the Mark 1s all built up. Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it, and thank you for being so generous, man. You just hanging out means a lot, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. We'll see you next time. I'll work on my accent, okay? Oh, we're almost done scraping these suckers. Let's go. Yeah, what I really want, chat, I was excited, and I still am excited because this is really cool. But now I'm like, I wish I got Japanese. I didn't know they were going to drop teleport into melee Shadow Warriors on us. Oh my god. They threw a curveball at me. Ugh. But what are you going to do? I mean, we needed these. We don't have a full Warlord game official miniature Commonwealth army, and now we will. With quite a wide variety of miniatures, by the way. I forgot to mention, these are all the special bolt action miniatures. So we have a pretty nice collection. You're out too. I'm in a few hours leaving. Thank you, Klovek. Enjoy the trip. Safe travels. Stay safe. And stay cool in Bulgaria. Alright. Scratching up our last little bits here. And we can put some of these dogs. Put some of these fucking dogs together. Got me fired up on the Australian stuff. Brought me back to the old days of having Aussies in my chat. Teaching me about durries. Alright, these arms are pretty quick, luckily. Oh, so yesterday we did the Aetherpunk 28 armies. We got those kit bashed with some wizard hats. And we even made a little spider familiar, a little squirrel at the end. It actually came out really nice, the little squirrel guy. But so we got wizards with guns mixed with World War I trench fighting. I'm super excited. I'm going to film that solo. I printed up miniatures for Great Helm, which is a game that you play on a piece of paper. And I even made 2 battlefields. I'm going to make a grass one. I'm going to make a mud one. Because we can't be making videos on pieces of paper. We got to have some sort of battle, you know? So I'm super excited. We got some cool games. Editing Turnip 28. We're going to be recording Conflict this weekend. Invasion Amerika is probably arriving tomorrow or something like that. So over the weekend, Saturday, we'll probably go over or something. Because I think they're releasing the rules online tomorrow, so we can go over on stream, look at all the units on the website. So, hey, what's going on, Kick? How's it going? Dude, we're bringing in the Australians, man, with my my accent. You see, it's working. It's working. Spit those words out of your mouth. You don't need Japanese, have faith in the AI, faith in steel. Thank you again, Glenn. I appreciate it, my friend. The cold hard British steel. Hell yeah. I love the Brits. I'm happy I got them. I just want some cool shadow guys too. I'll get them though eventually. I appreciate it. I'll keep the faith for the Commonwealth. I will. No, I am very happy. I tell you what, the bots are cool. I'm more excited about these guys. Any tips? I'll tell you, we'll give you some tips. I have been struggling with the Mark 1s. We are about to build one. So if you watch me build one, you can just try and avoid what I do. You know what I mean? These guys are sick, dude. I love these. The old school power armor Brits. These guys look so cool. I'm almost more excited about these guys. They're so cool on the Cerebus. But these are the Mark 1s. So you're going to see, we're going to put one together. I was struggling because they're ball joints. Just getting them so fiddly and thin and spindly. Getting them to sit with the torso. It was just a little tough. And then getting the angle on the guns. But let's put one together right now. I do need to take a break real quick. Actually, hold on. We got 3 more arms. We're going to finish scraping these. I'm going to run and use the restroom real quick, and then we'll start putting these together. But for tips, just take your time. They are pretty, they can be a little finicky, I feel like, with the arms and the legs. So maybe just get the bottom leg and torso section glued together and standing on the base, and then work on the arms, is how I did it. Some people said they went together easy and they had a problem with the Mark IIs. I feel like the Mark IIs were easier for me to put together, but I mean, this is still, they're not the most complicated models in the world, right? So it shouldn't be that hard, but still, compared to like a lot of the other conflict minis, these are a little bit more fiddly at times. Oh, too zoomed in. But yeah, we got the full automated, the new automated platoon box, and we have 8 of the power armor. We have a B for Birdie, and I have some special of the special bolt action, like the British guys in the nun outfits and stuff. Those will be like my platoon commanders. I forgot I had those too. I was like, oh, I do have British bolt action units or models. But for the most part, the Director's very easy, and the Mark II I feel like are a little easier, and the Mark I, they might be a little tricky. But I'm sure something tells me you'll be alright. I enjoy the painting. It's the scraping and it's the putting together is my least favorite thing. I will say, like, assembling them and trying to get a cool, like, position or, you know, pose, I do enjoy that, but I like painting. This scraping stuff drives me crazy at times, just because I'm impatient. I'm just an impatient bastard. But it'll be worth it when they look nice and they're done. There is rivets too. They put these rivets, or they put the where the connection point is by the rivets. That can be a little tricky. People have been complaining about that because it's kind of just a pain in the ass to work it with it. But depends how perfect you want to get them. It honestly looks like an extra rivet on there or something. Even the mold lines we were talking about earlier. These are metal welded bots. You could just leave the mold lines and it looks like where they cleaned up their arc welding with a grinder. I guess similar struggle with putting the skinny spider legs on and posing the heavy body. Is that for something else, or are you just saying like the spider legs for the or are you talking about like a Vogelspinne or something? Alright, last thing here, bases. Luckily these are like how they probably mass produce them or something, but when you get them on the sprue, there's 3 connection points, or 4. These ones only have 1, so this leads me to believe they must be from a different production than obviously than the sprues. So they probably have a really quick way of making these where it's just 1 clip and it goes in a bag. But you guys know what I'm talking about with the bolt action sprues, where it's a 4 connection point on the base and you have to clean it in all areas. That can be annoying. I never do a good job with that either. I always take a little chunk out. I'm like, damn it. Yeah. Alright, let's take a quick little break here, and we're going to start throwing these guys together. And while I'm downstairs, I'm going to grab the walkers. We have some proxied Guardian walkers that I kit bash, which I still need to ask Rev what the hell. Maybe we'll try and find it on my mini factory, but I'll just probably end up asking him. But, alright. I'm going to run and grab a drink real quick, chat. We've been streaming for almost an hour and a half. Stretch your legs, all right? I'm going to stretch my back a little bit. I'm going to hit the hookah lounge real quick. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. And we'll keep on working here and keep on building. And then what we'll do is we'll lay out all the Brits. We'll see what we got, how many models we got. We're going to have our walkers. We have our platoon commander characters, our automated platoon, assault platoon, armored platoon. We'll pull Rev's Merlin out, the official Merlin print mini, and we'll just take a look and see what we have British-wise. So we have 2 Cerebus squads coming on the way as well, so I am excited for that. I think Friday, so that's tomorrow, right? Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, you're in Australia, so it might be Friday. Tomorrow we're getting 2 Cerebus squads, and then literally like 30 sprues of those $50 sprues that were in the summer sale for Warlord. We got like 10, 12 of the Apocalypse male and female sprues. We got some weapon accessories, zombie vixen sprues, and then we got a biker gang hero sprue. So we'll we got some more stuff to play with over the weekend. But my idea is we got those. I want them to be. This is really cool. For Invasion America, we're going to have civilians fighting with the Americans. If you know anything about the United States, if anyone ever invades this country, there's going to be a shotgun and a rifle sticking out of the window of every other house in the country, because it's just how it is. We love our guns here. So I wanted a bunch of civilian models with like ARs and shotguns and crossbows, and that's what this is. So I'm just going to paint them to be like U.S. citizens that are picking up arms and fighting with the U.S. against the Japanese because they're invading the United States. So I was like, oh my god, this is $1.75 for 10 dudes. And I told Rev, he's like, get me 20 of them. So I ordered as many as I could, really. I probably could have ordered more, but I didn't want to push my luck. But all right, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll build these Mark 1s when I get back. So appreciate you. We'll throw you guys up on the slideshow here. And we got some AoE 2 music, because it's a classic. All right, chat. I'll be back in just a moment. Appreciate you folks in and out. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, chat. Just went to grab a drink. Alright. Let's mix up the music, shall we? What should we listen to? Oh, this is a classic, dude. It's not really a rainy day, but it's kind of overcast. Let's go Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 save room music? Oh, man. Apologies if you hear the AC. It is hot. Okay. Let's put together one of these bad boys. Now, I threw all of it in a giant pile. So that's what you don't want to do. Okay? Rule number 1. But I did find, for the most part, the legs, I mean, it's okay. And that way, maybe we can try and get some cool poses. So, let's get these bodies together. Start assembling these bad boys. Yeah, really the only part that I struggled with was with the spindly legs and the torso. I mean, in reality, it's not even that bad, but just for my impatience at time, I'm like, come on. Might as well put all the bodies together while we're here and all that jazz. I'll build one for you to see, but we're obviously going to put them all together. We got to get all these done and based before the end of the stream, and then I can get back to editing. We have a new Turnip 28 battle report that's up next, and then we're filming Conflict this week. Though I do have more conflict-related videos, like we just had our Japanese, new Japanese unit video going over the Warlord post. That video did pretty good too, and it really didn't take me much time. It was quite easy, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, videos like just talking about stuff are a hell of a lot easier than editing an entire battle report, so I think I'm gonna do more of those so we can just get more conflict content in general, kind of like going over new releases and going over some of the community posts that are relevant to the game. Maybe like this, tomorrow we're getting new Japanese rules, so I think I might do a video over the weekend or tomorrow night, kind of quickly just going over the new unit rules and abilities. Even though Mordian does stuff like that, I think it's not a bad thing to have more conflict content, so if you folks watch it, I'll keep making it. Alright. Got our bodies together. Now let's do the legs. So these guys, I was going to go all medium machine guns with combat blades. I do want 5 of them to have HMGs. I'm just going to say they all have combat blades. Or have HMGs or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I just kind of want the miniatures to have both, you know what I mean? Because I think they'll look cooler. I don't want them all just to have, like, medium machine guns. And unfortunately, it's not really possible to magnetize these. The connection points are so tiny and thin, you really can't magnetize these as much as I would love to. I mean, they're not that expensive. You can always just buy more, but anytime you can magnetize something and save a little bit of money is always nice. Yeah, so maybe I'm just not... Maybe there's just an easier way of doing this, but... The problem I had was getting them to, like here, having them stand kind of straight without their legs being... It almost looked like they were trying to piss... They were trying not to piss themselves because their legs are, like, tilting inwards. So I just got to get them standing to where they don't look too silly. Which, that honestly wasn't that bad. That was pretty easy. Let's take a look. It's a little off-centered of the base, but honestly it's not the worst. So I think what you want to do is while it's still wet and your cement hasn't dried fully, now you kind of want to tweak the positioning. I don't necessarily actually mind if they're kind of leaning a little bit. It actually kind of looks a little cooler, but The problem for me was the legs were like tilting inwards as I was trying to work with it. That went together pretty easily. We'll see if the rest of them go together that easily. Let me do all the legs and them standing first. Now, someone did do this in our community. They cut one of the legs and made it kneeling. Part of me is somewhat ambitious, and I kind of want to try that, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, dude, I should just put this thing together normal. That would look pretty cool, though, if we, like, cut one of the legs. I don't know how we would do it, though. Make, like, a kneeling version. I think we'll just keep them bog standard, but I will say that is pretty cool if you can. You probably got to clip it at a joint because it's kind of round there. If you cut it cleanly that way, you can kind of pivot it. But I don't want to screw these up. We'll just do it normal. I think that's how you do it though, because there's like they're kind of sitting on like a round half moon where the joint is. Try and get some legs that I think match each other because I did not organize them well. I would try. It would be nice to try and get a little bit more of a dynamic pose. I guess you could argue they're just robots, so they're not going to be very dynamic in their position in any way. They're very rigid and stiff, but what if one is surging and loses the lumbering rule and gains deadly 2? And he's running right towards an Axis soldier. That works though. You have one spare one? So I think what you do, we'll take a look in the Discord. Someone did post it. I think you want to cut it right at this little half moon right here. And then theoretically, you're probably able to maybe trim this back section a little and then just move the whole thing downwards like this, right? And then it's kind of like he's kneeling, I guess. Let's see if we can find it on the Discord. Someone did post that they converted it. Pop it on the Discord real quick. Give me a sec. Oh, we should take a look at Warlord too. I don't think there's anything going on. Let's see, did they sell out of any summer sale stuff? Male weapon sprues are gone. Male Apocalypse are still there. Female Apocalypse body sprues are out. Zombie Vixens are still there. Okay. So yeah, it was a good thing I got them while they were there. Alright, let's see. Somebody did do this. I don't think it was here. Oh, here we go. It was Rudy. Oh, he cut it here. Ah. So what does that look like here? Oh, so maybe instead of the ball and the half moon, he cut it above right here and then just positioned it differently. We could try it. Should we try it? We could definitely try it. Yeah, above the knee. Above that round knee ball. Alright, let's try it. That does look really cool. We should try it. We'll do an homage to Rudy. Which is the right one, though? Can we use one of these bent legs? I think we have to probably cut both, huh? Yeah, we're gonna need to, like, cut both, so... Can I do it with the X-Acto blade, perhaps? And maybe make it a little cleaner? Oh yeah, that's way better with the blade. Because then I can cut it at that angle like that. How did he do it? I think I see. So you got the knee positioned. Oh, it's going to be sitting like back here, so I just need to trim it a little. It's going to be something like this. Yeah, something like that almost. Let me just glue it. Let's see. We can always adjust it. It's almost like this. It's almost like maybe I should cut it a little. To get a little cleaner. I could always fill it in with a little epoxy. Or a UV resin I have. He got a way cleaner. I think he did it in a way better job. I think I cut too much of the round ball off by accident. That's not the worst thing in the world though, because I can I'll show you. We'll do a little trick. I have some fly tying UV resin, which people use in miniature stuff. We can just fill in that little gap. Yeah, see, that could have been cleaner on my end, but we'll fill in that little gap there. We do need to do the other leg though, right? So redemption. Oh. Just do this, dude. That's way better. That's about as clean as you can actually get. Okay. Well, maybe it's a blessing that they're kind of, they're very thin and spindly. You can actually break them easy to kit bash. Alright, let's see if we can, let's glue the one leg and then we'll shape the other one, because I think that's going to determine the angle that we're going to need. Yeah, I definitely did a sloppy job on the first one, but... In fact, maybe he'll be kneeling with the other leg in a more exaggerated way. He just kind of glued it right on top like that. I see, I see. I should probably just clean this up slightly so you can't see where it broke. And we glue it right to this little... It's like a little shrouding or like a little metal piece. This will be the like really down knee that he's kneeling on, and we'll just reverse the way that Rudy did it. In fact, let's take this leg part off. This is where sprue goo would be very nice. I don't have any sprue goo. I do have another bottle of cement. That's a cement that I don't really use. I should turn that into sprue goo. It's like a hobby cement. It's not Tamiya. Okay, how do we do this part now? Let's see. Something like this, perhaps. The other leg's going to need to be up and the foot forward. We need to figure out how to do that. So it's going to be like this or something. He's kneeling. This leg needs to pivot up and be glued like that. Oh, okay, okay, I see now. Something like this. That actually works pretty good. So you want that angled upwards. The other one's angled down, this one's angled upwards. Okay, that makes sense. I have a hard time visualizing this stuff sometimes, so him having that photo on Discord made it 15 million times easier. Okay, the angle needs to go up more. Could also just have to be with the way I cut it. Could have been better, but... it doesn't need to be. I'm just trying to see where, like, if I need to adjust something. We'll glue it all together properly once we figure out where we need it. Let's do a little test fit. Just gotta see how it wants to sit, because I kind of cut it in a very particular way, you know? It's gonna be something like this. Except now I have glue all over my finger, so it's a little bit harder. So I do want this leg to sit down, but that could always be an angle issue. That other leg that I can adjust. I think it's going to be something like this. It's a little fiddly. It's going to be something like that. I think I need to angle this part down. Let's just try and glue it, and then I can maybe see if I can get it to sit somewhat in place. Might need to use, like I said, some sprue goo or something. Move that leg out a little bit. Hey. Ah, you bitch. You dog. Before you came in here, we were practicing my Australian accent. And my love of Australians belovedly cursing at people all the time. It's one of my favorite things. And how the Australians in my chat back in the day, I used to have a ton of Australian fishing dudes watch me because I had a fishing I do a ton of fishing content. And there was some guys that live in Australia, and we were raiding each other, whatever, so I had some Aussies watching me. They taught me about durries and all that, all the good stuff. Alright, that looks pretty cool. I do need to, I will need to fill in, I did kind of botch that gap right there. So, probably, if I take a little tiny bit of UV cured resin, I can fill in that gap right there. I could probably always find a plastic chunk, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, let's let that dry. Alright, well that's how you do a kneeling conversion. Shout out to Rudy on the Discord for showing how it's done. The rest of these guys, I think we'll keep them simple. Though, that is pretty cool. You can actually make one where it's kind of one leg sticking up now. I see how you do it. You just break it right above the knee, where it's the thinnest point. And that just gives you the nice clean cut to mess with. So that's pretty cool. It does make me want to do one more where like one of the legs are sticking up in the air or something, or maybe standing on like a rock where one leg's sticking upwards, but I gotta remember, it's not a Blood Angels captain, okay? It's not like it's a robot. They can definitely kneel. I don't know how mobile they are though. I'm curious. There's definitely Mark 1 and 2 lore in Festoon Europa. I have to get to that point. I'm curious how mobile are they, actually. Okay, see, this is what I mean. At times it gets a little fiddly to, like, put all this crap together. A little bit. Say, rise up lights. Rise up lights. I don't know what that is. That, don't tell me you just had me say some crazy shit. Don't tell me you just fucking pulled an Aussie moment on me here. I'm assuming you're talking about lighters, right? Alright. This is what I'm talking about, these little fiddly bits that I have issues with. It also could be this leg. I might have grabbed the wrong leg. Well, you know, let's try it. Maybe we can stick his leg up on like a brick. Maybe I have a stall trooping piece like or something. What can I stick on here? Let me stick under his foot. Aussie razor blades? Ah, here we go. This is an old railroad track thing. What if I just break off a piece that looks like a piece of broken terrain? And just stick this underneath his foot, give him a little, he's stepping over something. There we go. I'll use super glue for this. Just give a little bit of motion to the miniature, you know? Give him some life. He's interacting with the world. He's not just a static miniature. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Almost overdid it on the super glue right there. That looks pretty good. I think the main thing is you want to think about how they're standing, right? Like, I feel like they probably have pretty good posture as robots. I don't think you want them, like, too far. Some of them I made a little, like, they're leaning a little too far forward almost. Alright. One more. Let's keep it simple. Oh my god, finally I'll be done with these damn things. I just got 2 brand new bottles of spray paint ready to prime just about everything. Okay, I also realized I have 2 left legs. What? What? How does that work? I physically can't put them together with Did I take it off a different sprue and is it in the bag? I have a little bag with some leftover pieces, but... Am I tripping balls? What's going on here? Did they, like, give me a sprue with 2 left legs? No, they couldn't have. There's no way. I think I might have more legs on this one, do I? No. Dude. That would be hilarious. Oh my god, I don't have a leg in this bag. What? Trying to think. Oh my god, I just spilt cement a little bit too. Luckily it's pretty much empty because I've already spilt cement before. Dude, there's no... I'm missing a right leg. Oh no, a left leg. I don't know where it could be. It didn't go anywhere. I didn't drop anything. Did they like give me 2 left legs? Did they actually? Oh my god, I spilt freaking cement all over this thing. Jesus Christ. I gotta open the damn window now. Oh god. Woo! Holy shit. I learned in elementary school not to do inhalants, okay? I stick to the more natural options. Oh my god. I gotta take this thing and like throw it out my window or something. Oh shit. I'm gonna lose about the 3 last remaining brain cells I have left from that. Jesus. Did I use 2 right knees on the kneeling? I'm gonna have to check, but I don't think the ball joints don't even physically allow it. There's no way I could have done it, right? Because the ball joint would be sticking backwards. I mean, we're done anyway, but this thing's done. Holy shit, I gotta throw that out the window. Holy. Keep the fan on. Yeah, that's, it's been a while since I've done that indoors, spilled the cement like that, and holy shit, that stuff stinks. Alright, let's see what did I do? How the hell did I even do this? No, because the ball joints are sitting on the inside. There's like actually no way I could have done it. Ball joint, left, right. Ball joint, left, right. Gun, arms, heads. I have a bag of leftover bits from last time. And there's literally no legs on here. There's leftover arms. And I didn't drop any. I would have definitely, I'm pretty really good about dropping stuff. I genuinely think. But there's no way they have a sprue where there's 2 left legs, right? I don't even know how that would be possible. That seems actually like impossible. It would be like everybody would have this issue or something. I don't understand it. There's literally no way to actually glue it unless the leg is backwards, but then the foot's facing the completely wrong way, right? And this foot is facing the right way. That's the leg we cut for that. So I'm just trying to think, like, how the hell... Maybe, though. Maybe you're right. Maybe I cut the leg backwards, and I just can't tell. But which way would it have been? No, right? Is that even possible? Can I even theoretically do that? No, it looks like everything's pointing the right way, right? That's facing down, that's facing down. I don't even think I can actually physically do that if I wanted to. Or I guess I could, but it would be visibly noticeable, like, the difference, I think. I don't know. I don't know. So we're just gonna have to make it work. There's no way I actually could have done it, right? Can I have cut that and it been backwards? They're like both the same. They're symmetrical. on opposite sides, because the inside is where you don't have that detail. So no, I think it's right. I generally think either I somehow actually, but then how would I end up with 2 left ones? Because look, on the inside of the leg, yeah, I can break it. It's just I'm going to have the ball on the outside, right? This is how you can tell. This is the inside of the leg. That's the outside with that piece right there. Break it, then rotate? Yeah, I'm going to have to, but you're going to see that it's the inside of the leg is the issue. It doesn't really matter, but I'm trying to think, did I actually break one of the wrong legs? But then no, because I would, if it was one of the legs but on the wrong side, wouldn't that be different? Or I guess maybe only the bottom part would actually matter. But then that would be facing different. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened to the leg, and I can't figure it out. So we're just going to break a leg and change it. That is really strange, though. So let's see. One of these legs has to go backwards. So I break this and rotate it. Like this. Pretty much. You know what? Maybe I actually did do it then. Because the bottom, you can't really tell, can you? That had to have been what happened. I had to have broken a right one, but you just can't tell because the bottom pieces are exactly the same on either side. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. No, yeah. Yep. I don't know. I think the head cement's getting to me. I opened the window, but it's that head cement. Don't do inhalants. Don't do inhalants. Remember they showed us something at school or something. It was like this anti-drug PSA back in the 90s when DARE was super big. And it was in all the schools, and it was like, don't do inhalants. And it was like somebody just yelling it in the middle of the video. I'm gonna tell you, I agree with them. This shit, I do not like breathing this crap in. We're gonna get this guy put together, and then I'm probably gonna wrap up. There's some food downstairs I'm gonna eat up, and I gotta get back to work. Gotta edit the next fly time video and also a new battle report. We got turnip 28, so. Damn, bro. Yeah, you just woke up an hour ago? I know, you're on the complete opposite side of the world. Alright. Damn, that shit stinks. My room's like a toxic waste dump with this thin cement. Actually worked out pretty good. Okay, so if you ever need to, you can just break the leg and flip it, and honestly, it's actually pretty interesting. You almost can't even tell. So that had to have been what happened, is I had to have done it with one of the guys that we did the kneeling or whatever. Really no explanation. Because I don't even think they could screw that up on their end for one sprue. It'd be like every sprue would be screwed up if something on Warlord's end happened, right? Okay, that's a little too dynamic. It looks like he's doing a Michael Jackson slide. Okay, that actually worked pretty good. Use plastic glue as an electrician. Oh, you guys call it Sparkies down there? Is that what? Yeah, I'm sure probably the New Zealand trade, it's probably fun because there's a whole bunch of banter and bullshit in our trade here. Whether you're a mechanic or you do this, you do that, you do this. That's interesting though. All right. This guy needs to get glued together a little as well. And sweet, I'm gonna let these dry. I gotta throw some sand on the base, and then I'm just gonna prime them. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Get them sitting like that. Now I guess real quick what I can do is I'll show you what I was thinking. I'll use some UV resin. I'll show you real quick. This is what I use for fly tying. I used to use 2-part epoxy back in the day for fly tying, but then we switched over to this stuff. I got my light. Where's my vodka? It actually worked beautifully, but I do want to clean up near the rivets. And now we hit it with our UV light. And that's solid right there. You can see that we filled it in now, so it's like smooth right there. So once we paint it, you'll probably be able to see it a little because there's like a little area where I didn't smooth it perfectly, but I mean, who the hell cares? As long as there's not a gigantic gap there, right? Easy enough. All right, we're not done yet though. We're not done yet. We got to do some arms and shit. The heads and the arms. This part isn't as bad. God, it really smells like head cement in here. Jesus. Way too strong. Alright. Doesn't help, it's like in my trash can or something. I threw out the piece of paper towel with like all of the head cement on it. Now, who do I want to be the squad leader? Maybe the guy kneeling? Seems kind of cool. Nah, he's got to be standing up. All the Brits stand up in the face of danger. The platoon commanders. Nah, I'm going to make it the guy kneeling because he just looks cool. This is like our coolest looking dude. This guy looks sick. I'm surprised they didn't include a kneeling pose. Maybe they actually don't even kneel, but who cares? Like, yeah, they actually don't even kneel. Let's get some arms on there, and while it's still wet, we can get the HMGs on. Oh, this will be a little tricky, I just realized, with the arms, because he's kneeling, so we might need to adjust it. No, he should be okay, actually. This is what I mean. It's like, to get the machine guns... Sorry, it's hard to see. To get the machine guns with the magazine sitting down, it's very hard at times. Because of the way the arm ball joints are. Because you'll be seeing the top of the ball joints like that. I don't necessarily like that, but I guess I gotta find where a good in-between. Because you want the magazine sitting down. You don't want the magazine above the gun. It's not like how these work. That's the other tricky thing, is trying to get like the arms and where the machine gun joints are to look natural. See what I mean? There's like the ball joints sticking out right there. But if I go in too much, then the machine gun's sitting like that. So it's kind of like you need to go like this. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't like this connection here. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it. I don't like the connection point there. I guess part of it is like taking the arm and tilting it out. But I still stand by it. I don't like that connection point right there. They could have done something better, I think. I will just say that. Okay. They're a little fiddly, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little, be a little tricky. A little weeble wobbly. Just throw all the heads on here and then we'll do the arms. Oh, dude, I'm so hungry. Got a little, chicken action downstairs. A little french fries, bada bing, bada boom, maybe a little salad. Gotta get back to editing though. We got the next Turnip 28 battle reports. I also have a kit bash video for George Washington. Could have been better the way I filmed it. I'm not really a miniature painter and builder video guy. You know, I do more like topics, or I do more like battle reports. So, but that being said, I worked on the whole thing. I'm going to put it out. I still think it came out okay, but compared to like a Eons of Battle video or something, it's not going to be anywhere near as good in terms of that. HMG. Yeah, I will say, I guess you have to turn the whole body. How are we going to make it to where they're actually shooting at a dude in front of them? How are they getting... They have the guns more turned towards the front. I feel like it's pretty hard. They kind of want to lay naturally to the side. I guess you turn the entire upper torso is how you do it. Oh wait, no, you can't turn the entire upper torso. Is it you have to turn the ball joints of the arms? Or something? I don't know. They kind of got them more like the guns... are more in front? I think it depends on the upper ball joint sockets and how you pivot them, because if you look, I got this Mark II director more like that. And you can see his ball joint right there, so that means I clearly favored leading this side back and that side, and then it kind of pivots the whole gun forward. Let's see if we can do it on the next one. Because all of them kind of are holding their guns like off to the side, not at ready. So it's going to be something like this, probably. No, it's... I don't know how the hell they're getting them. It's tricky. Right arm down, left arm up. That's how you get that angle. Okay. Yeah, it's not like... You can't really ever get it to where it's really facing like this. But at least you can turn it a little bit more, because my guy was like this. You got a little bit more forward at least, and then you could just turn the guy. There you go. Okay, right arm down, left arm up. And you were asking me how to put these together? What the hell is this? Oh, I might not have cut out enough arms. I should have other ones in the bag. I have more on the sprue, but I think I cut some out. Dude, this glue is, it's too much. Oh, we don't need more arms because that's the last miniature. Whippy! Let's go. I'm ready to eat some damn food. Get out of my room, let it air out. Holy shit. So let's try this. Put it up, put this one down, see what sort of angle we can get. You kind of need to angle the arm outwards as well at the same time. This one's a little bit trickier, but I also might be the match of arms that I have. I didn't really line them up. I just picked random arms and used them. That works though. Yeah, I gotta turn this arm inwards a little for that connection. Alright, alright. You just see... oh, you're looking through the matrix. I forgot you guys are upside down. Oh, wait, no, I do have one more. Damn it! You guys are upside down over there in Australia. So, like, you're like, suspended from the ceiling for me. And you can just see... you can see the matrix, essentially, probably. Forgot about that. Alright, I do need to do the mold line on this. Man, I'm telling you... I'm sure if you had like a meter for how safe the amount of VOC is, from the glue, I'm sure it would probably be at like a dangerous level. It's so fucking strong. I'm just breathing it in. We're gonna be high on sprue goo for the rest of the freaking afternoon. That or have an aneurysm or something. Different angles. Yeah, it seems like Australia has a really healthy wargaming scene, from what I can tell. Which is awesome. It's kind of crazy here on Long Island where I am. I mean, we're in New York and we're like an hour away from New York City, or an hour and 30. In a pretty popular area, but like there's not a lot of bolt action or conflict. But if you go like still on Island, but like 45 minutes an hour away, you start seeing activity. But it kind of sucks. We're so like far away. Luckily, my buddy Rev, he's all in on conflict with me, and we're making videos and stuff. But otherwise, I would generally be screwed trying to like get people to come play. So we're trying to find some people locally out here. Like. Kind of crazy. We don't even have a ton of gaming stores on Long Island. If you wanted to go play Warhammer, for instance, or something. On the East End. We have none on the East End where I am, but on in Suffolk County, which is half of the island, a huge area. There's only like really small amount, if anything. Nothing with bolt action, unfortunately, or conflict. But maybe we can change that. We gotta get some more folks into it. It's one of the reasons why we make all these battle reports and videos and stuff. So people can find out about conflict, because it's such a cool game. Definitely deserves a lot more love. That's what we try and do. We cover games that I think are really cool and that deserve more videos on YouTube. Because we do love Warhammer and stuff like that, but man, Turnip 28, Conflict, Bolt Action, one-page rules. We're going to be getting Aetherpunk 28, all these cool games. These are games that people need to know about, because they're too good to just be sitting around. Luckily, Conflict's doing good. Conflict has got a pretty good following. It's hype as shit. I think they did a really good job with the edition. And from what I can tell, we're brand new to Conflict with this edition. But it seems like a lot of people are. I think they got a lot of folks into the game with this new edition. You know what I mean? Man, I gotta cut my hair. A local guy in town does bolt action and Conflict demo and got me into it. Oh, nice. Awesome, awesome. So what are you doing for the Brits? Let's take a look. We're about to wrap up the stream here in a little bit. We have, I think I have enough time to do some priming. What time is it? 6:30? It's getting dark soon, but it's going to rain in like half an hour, so I kind of want to paint all this shit. Throw it on some sticks with some sticky tape or whatever, and hit them all with some primer. So let's take a look at what we got here. These are Mark IIs. That's a director. 2 Mark I squads. HMGs and MMGs. We have 2 4-man squads of veteran British power armor with LMGs. And we have B for Birdie. Okay, so we have our 2 characters, and then we have all of these guys here, which are the special edition bolt action character minis, which these are British soldiers. See, this guy's got a stick grenade. These are British soldiers dressed up as nuns. These were special minis, and this is like a real thing, I think, that happened, where British like SAS troops dressed up as nuns. No, these aren't the Galahad. These are just the power armor guys. Here, I'll show you the box. It's the British Armored Infantry. I still think they look really cool. I really like the look of these. I will say the Galahad look cooler, but you only get 5, and I was like, oh, I get 8? That'll give me 2 4-man squads, and you know what? I like the old metal miniatures. I just got the American power armor guys. They're actually really nice. So I like the look of these guys. They're really cool. They're kind of like, they got the old school British helmets and stuff. I will say, if you want to go above and beyond, you put knight helmets. Cosmic wants to do it, and part of me wanted to do it, was 3D print Crusader knight helmets and put that on their heads. How badass would that be? I might do that in the future. But so we got those guys, and then we got these guys as well, which are also British. So British guys. So I'm going to use these as probably future platoon commanders or something. This guy came with the Axis vampire guy, Dr. Totenkreuz. And I think he's British? I don't know, though. This almost looks like a German dude, but he's holding up a cross and he's got a Thompson. I think it's a British guy. And then we got these 2 guys. These also came with the nuns. So, I mean, that would make, like, a cool platoon commander right there. He's got, like a cool jacket. This guy's got, like, a gun, you know? They're just, like, SAS or, like, British intelligence, you know? So we got some cool models. My buddy has a Merlin. So we got a Merlin. Oh, I forgot to bring, but essentially we have 2 Jackals that I converted to Guardians. 2 Jackal STLs. I forgot what the maker is of the STLs, but I'll find out. But if you see my battle reports, the Jackals I used with my US. I cut off the flamethrower off the arm. Or I think, no, the flamethrower's on there. I put an HMG on the shoulder for the Guardian. So I have 2 Guardians, I have a Mud Skipper, we have Rev's Merlin, we have the 2 Mark I squads, 1 Mark II squad, Automated Director, B for Birdie, about 4 or 5 bolt action models for platoon characters. I only really need 1. And then I have the 4 British Armored Infantry. And also, coming in the mail tomorrow is 2 Cerebus squads. So I bought all this, and then Warlord was like, hey, Mike, we know you used to play Blood Angels and you really like melee. What about a full Japanese Shadow Warrior army? And I'm like, no! Because I would have got that 100%. If I would have known that they actually were going to have teleport into melee, samurai walker mechs that teleport into, like, and fight and stuff, I definitely would have just gotten the Japanese army. But we have a lot of 3D printed British stuff, so I wanted to get real miniatures for the channel. So that's what we use with our sponsor money, is we got all these Brits. So shout out to the Tabletop Strategist, because they pretty much helped pay for a good amount of this stuff here on the table. So with that Invasion America video that we made, the pre-invasion. But all right, chat, my room is still completely filled with toxic fumes, and I would like to go outside and breathe some fresh air. I do have my window open, so it's not terrible, but yeah, appreciate it, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Shout out to Tiki for the membership. Shout out for the donation earlier from Glenn as well. I didn't realize we had so many folks from Australia and New Zealand. There's a bunch of folks over there that are getting into conflict and all that, so we're playing conflict. It's cool to see. Yeah, thank you, Kick. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, man. What do you call it? Well, we're gonna have if you haven't, check out the new we have a new solo conflict episode 3 of The Adventures of Jerry. We have the new video where I covered the Warlord community post with the new Japanese stuff. And we also have a George Washington miniature video, Kit Bash planned. Or it's already edited, I just need to record audio. And the main thing is, though, Turnip 28, which is probably coming out later this week or early next week. So we're looking forward to it. But all right, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you folks have an awesome afternoon and all that. Hey, Dr. Spectre. Excuse me. Love your battle reports. Been watching quite a lot of them for hype for my first conflict army, Japan. Oh, dude. You came in at the exact right time. I mean, any of the armies are fantastic. Whether you're going with the British, the automated platoons are really good. Like, really good. And their damage values, 7 Mark IIs are crazy. But, the Axis got the Totenrot. The Americans have our Firefly stuff. We have all new models and stuff. Now the Japanese are getting their Ghost Platoon. You're getting the coolest Walker mech I've ever seen made or developed for any video game or tabletop game ever. Which we just gotta look at it again. I mean, I've played Armored Core. I've played all this shit back on the PS1. Right? I've seen all sorts of cool mech stuff in my day. This is probably one of the coolest looking mech designs I've just ever seen. It's tasteful. It's not too thin and skinny. It looks like realistic, like a realistic Japanese walker. I don't know. This is like, whoever designed this, apparently they used a third-party company in Japan to design it or something. Whoever did it absolutely killed it. They absolutely killed it. Reminds you of Drake from Lancer, but samurai. Is that an anime or something? Yeah, this thing looks sick. So I'm so jealous. I want 2 of these. This is what I planned. The next army we're going to get, which if we get another sponsored video, then this is what that's going to go towards. I want 2 of the Oniarus. I want as many ghosts as I can. Oh, it's a TTRPG about mech combat. Ah, okay, interesting. I'll have to check it out. That sounds interesting. I want as many ghost warriors as possible, almost all melee, probably 1 or 2 assault frame infantry squads, and then basic infantry. And I want basically like no fancy shooting. The only shooting is really going to be the mechs. I just want straight up melee Japanese. And I'm going to paint them as Blood Angels. Red and black with like maybe silver or gold in certain areas. I think that's going to look sick. In the meanwhile, though, I'll just have to use revs. If I want to play Japanese, and before I buy anything, I'll use revs. But something tells me he's going to be quite busy playing his Japanese, because I'm going to have to try and stop him from invading the United States. So, anyways, this shit's sick. Like, they killed it. I mean, they're everything's so good. They're doing such a good job with just, like, everything. Like, I don't know. It would be cool if we do get more armies in the future. I am looking forward to, like, Polish and Finnish and, you know. Sounds cool. I need to think on how to paint my Japanese. Was thinking on Total War 2 Shogun 2, or Total War Shogun 2 Takagawa clan colors. Ah, see, that sounds sick. I didn't even consider something like that. There you go. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you can find something awesome. Well, what do you call it? We got a Discord in the description. Feel free to join if you like. We always take a look at mini photos. It's fly tying and miniature Discord. But that being said, I look forward to see what everyone's doing with their Japanese, dude. It's gonna be sick. Black, gold, and navy. Ooh, okay. That's pretty much what I wanted to do, but you're doing navy instead of red. I think that's tasteful. I think the black and, like, you know, gold, and then you just use a color to go along with it. And because of the way the Japanese minis are with the trim and everything, I think you could probably do it. You could just change that main color and just go with those, like, kind of more traditional black and gold or black and silver or whatever it may be, you know, black and white or something. You could do black, white, red, for instance. That's kind of what I was also thinking about, which is kind of, you know, something you can do. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even have that army. What I do have is this, the Brits. So we got these done. We're getting 2 Cerebus squads, and yeah, I got a can of spray paint. So, all right, well, there we go. We just got to put the Cerebus together, which I think are metal, if I'm not wrong, or resin. And then we have well over 1,500 points of Brits because I have some walkers downstairs, 3D printed. So, but all right, chat. Well, thank you so much for handing out. Again, we got some new videos. If you haven't, go check them out. We have some new ones coming out later this week. But I got a lot of work to do. We have some. I have to do a fly time video for my LI Flies Mike channel, and I need to finish this Turnip 28 battle report. So I got a Japanese ghost mini walking through a wall. Oh, you got that? Was that a special one? Do you have that one, Rev? I think we talked about that. I forgot if you have that one, but that is like the coolest ghost miniature. It's the one where they're half teleporting, like they're like coming out of a teleport. That's like the coolest one. Just a reason to start a Japanese army in the future, you know what I mean? So, also, I didn't have, but are you going with Australians for your Commonwealth? Because you can do Anzacs, you can do Aussies, maybe go with some emus. I'm just saying, as somebody who has emus with the Germans, the Australians have more of a right for emus, you know? Ah, free demo prize. Oh, okay, very cool. Nice, nice. Hell yeah. You gotta give him a sword now. Fuck yeah. Nice. So he could be your platoon commander. If you just give him, like, maybe give him, like, a cool... Give him a little trim on his hat and give him a sword. There you go. You got your platoon commander. It's the guy coming out of the wall, Rev. That would be perfect. You know what I mean? I like the metal ones. Those metal ghosts really do look sick. I do like them. So, alright, chat. Well, thank you so much for handing out. I appreciate it. If you guys join the Discord, what do you call it? You wait a couple minutes and then you can post something. We have an anti-troll protection, but I look forward. Next stream, we take a look at the Discord every stream. So, real quick, we'll take a look. Actually, I don't think we missed anything. I think we took a look at all this. Yeah, this is what we did yesterday. This is my new platoon commander, Paragon, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. Wizard with a gun, because you always need wizards with guns. And then Great Helm, which is a game of 6v6 knights on a piece of paper. Looks badass. I saw it from Peachy Tips, and I was like, we're totally trying that game out. So, alright, chat. That's pretty much it, though. We looked at all this stuff last time. But, alright, cheers. Thank you so much for hanging out, Kick, Rev, Doctor, Glenn, Tiki, everybody who was hanging out. Appreciate everybody over on Twitch as well. Bobzilla. Appreciate it. Alright, chat. You guys have an awesome afternoon, and I'm going to go get some fresh air and stop breathing in this glue.